What is up, fellas, and LEGO Star Wars' May the 4th be with you promotion is right around the corner. So in today's video, we're going to be discussing the latest leaks and rumors on what exactly those promos will look like, alongside all of the sets releasing for May the 4th this year. And there's a lot of stuff in this video. Also, we have the final 25th anniversary minifigure to discuss, which is where we'll start. It's supposed to actually release about a month before all of this in the new LEGO Star Wars Visual Dictionary. And we've known that there's a figure coming in this, we just didn't know which one it would be. It is officially going to be a remake of the 2007 Darth Maul minifigure, which I think is a pretty good choice, and it looks really good here. So I'm pretty happy with this one. On the back of it, it does have the 25th anniversary logo for LEGO Star Wars, which is a bit different than the other 25th anniversary LEGO Star Wars minifigures. Now, there's been a little bit of discussion that this is not the actual 6th and final LEGO Star Wars 25th anniversary figure, as we've had 5 rumored to this point, with the 5s Darth Malak, young Leia, Cal Kestis, and Saw Gerrera. And for some reason, people are trying to argue that this Darth Maul is not actually the 6th and final figure, and while I have no inside knowledge to point me in any other direction, it doesn't appear that there would be a 7th figure for any particular reason. If we go to LEGO's website, they put up a page where it does very specifically say that there are only going to be 6 special edition LEGO Star Wars minifigures. It doesn't specifically say that each of these will be included within a set, obviously the Darth Maul included in the Visual Dictionary, and what I think is an even better point to this of why the Darth Maul is actually the 6th and final figure is that just below that bit of text, we have these character bios with Malak and Fives being the officially revealed and now for sale figures, and you can click into either of them and it will have a little blurb about them and what set they're in. But it struck me as very odd about a month ago when they put this webpage up that there actually are only 5 character silhouettes on this webpage, and I could not figure out why they would say there's 6 but then only have 5 slots for figures that say coming soon. And the only rationale I have is that Darth Maul is in a book, and that book is not going to be for sale on LEGO's website. Historically, I do not believe LEGO has sold the visual dictionaries themselves. They end up being sold through sites like Amazon, Target, Walmart, etc., but LEGO.com themselves doesn't carry it. The other distinction between the characters that we're going to have on the website like this, where you can click into Meet Darth Malak and Meet Fives, is that these are all like new variations of characters, not a remake like in the case of Darth Maul. So Darth Maul, for as far as I can tell, and as far as anyone without inside information should be able to tell, is the 6th and final 25th anniversary figure, with the other 3 unknown slots going to be filled by young Leia, Cal Kestis, and Saw Gerrera. Saw Gerrera we'll come back to in a minute. So moving into the actual sets and promos for May of 2024, it's first off important to know that these do release on May 1st. It's somewhat counterintuitive that we call it May the 4th be with you, when sometimes it starts not on May 4th, and this year we'll start on May 1st. First up, we have a Polybag 30685, $5. This one is still completely unknown, no new information. I know it's been many months of talking about this unknown Polybag. It's probably from the Skeleton Crew. It could be part of the May 4th promo. In the past couple of years, they've been giving out these polybags that they release as a free promo with like purchases of $35 or more. It's very likely that this polybag, or really more likely the AAT polybag, will be given out at that lowest tier of promotional price point for May the 4th, 2024. The next couple of sets are just some Brickheadz, and we've got a pretty big update from one of them. The 40675 Commander Cody Brickheadz for $10 and 147 pieces is supposed to be releasing. I'm leaning towards Phase 2, but there is no new information or reputable leakers saying whether it will be Phase 1 or Phase 2, but the bigger set here is a 6-in-1 Phantom Menace Brickheadz pack. It's set 40676. It's supposed to be $55 and includes 732 pieces. Previously, we just had guesses at which characters would be included, but according to reputable sources, it's supposed to include a young Anakin Skywalker, Jar Jar Binks finally making his way into Brickheadz form after our failed attempt during the LEGO Ideas vote a couple of years ago. We'll also have Captain Panaka alongside the red-robed Queen Amidala, which is going to be amazing. And rounding us out, we'll have Qui-Gon Jinn and Darth Maul. I don't know if I'm the only one hoping Qui-Gon Jinn will get little X's for eyes, like the video game. I don't know. It would be a cool Easter egg. Probably not going to happen, though. I know not everyone's the biggest fan of Brickheadz, but personally, I generally really like them, and I think this is just a really banger, like, sub-wave of Brickheadz here. Like, just 7 really cool Brickheadz characters finally coming to fruition. Now, the next 2 things we have here are the other promos for May the 4th, and that starts with a thing that's not an actual LEGO set, which I just always pretty much fundamentally disagree with them doing, but it's a R2-D2 adhesive patch and Keychain. I know, it's so exciting. Something you're going to throw in a box and never look at again because it's just bad, like the Captain Rex and Yularen ones. So, you know, it's just not exciting at all. You know, maybe it will be done with the 25th anniversary logo and it won't just be R2D2, and then it would have like some like cool, you know, relation to like it being the anniversary. But like even then, I would just way rather get like a Lego figure or a Lego build that we wouldn't have gotten otherwise. And I think like everyone collects Lego, that's why we're doing it, right? So like, why do we really want this patch when we could have had a Lego thing? And so that's just kind of where I'm at. I would imagine this is kind of the mid-tier promo for this year. So, you know, say it needs an $85 threshold or something like that. That's just kind of what we're looking at for something like this. Now, the real promo that everyone's really going to care about coming out is the 40686 Battle Droid Carrier. And I'll tell you, this is one of the most surprising May 4th promos I've ever seen. But at that, it's also much better than some of the things we've had in the past decade. So it's a step up, but it's, I think, still not where we should be ideally. I've seen some conversation about, oh, it's an army builder locked behind a paywall. I always think it's funny when people say things are locked behind a paywall because literally everything is. Plus, battle droids are literally a dime a dozen. I just don't see why that matters. Little rant aside, it's said to be a battle droid carrier with 262 pieces and quote unquote 6 to 8 battle droids. So it's kind of weird that we don't know exactly how many. And more importantly, if you've watched the channel over the years, I really care about one thing when it comes to May 4th. It's that we get a exclusive, unique figure or character or something, right? Like there needs to be something about one of these battle droids that makes it unique to me for it to be worth doing. Like otherwise I don't see why this should be the May 4th promo. So if it is a battle droid pilot, that's a unique battle droid pilot that we don't see anywhere again, that's cool to me. I think that's nice. That's something fun for fans, you know? But if it's not, then I just kind of disagree with doing it that way. Like a bunch of regular battle droids as your May 4th promo, like that's just plain boring. We can get those in sets already. I think the carrier build itself could be really nice, and I think that's definitely a real highlight. But again, you just look at it and you're like, okay, so like, why not just sell it as a set like you used to, right? It's not, to me, what feels like a May 4th promo, you know? So it has the potential to be really, really good. In fact, I do think it will be a really, really good build, a really good set, but does that make it make sense as a May 4th promo? You know, for a little wilder example, like if they made the 501st Battle Pack a May 4th promo, like it just doesn't make sense to do that. I disagree with the idea of like it being a paywall issue or whatever. Like I just think that's a bit of a silly conversation to have. But just fundamentally, like should a Battle Droid carrier be a May 4th promo? Probably not. Maybe having done some Naboo scenery with Queen Amidala or something. Like, you know, like there's just so many different things you can do. By the way, if I had to guess, it'll probably be $150 to get the promo this year. Yeah, last year was $150. So it's very likely going to be $150 again. Moving on though, we have 5 more regular sets releasing on May 1st that you may want to go out and get to go ahead and get this promo, or maybe you just want them because they're cool and you don't care about the promo. Either way, it starts with the cheapest of the bunch at $30, the 75378 Grogu Barc Speeder Escape. Again, $30, 221 pieces, and it's supposed to include Kelleran Beck, who has leaked out of the factories, and the figure does look pretty dang good, Grogu, and 2 regular 501st Troopers with the helmet warts. So I'm hoping that Grogu does include the pram. I think that would be a big selling point to me for this set. The pram previously, maybe it has been in an advent calendar. I know it was in the UCS Razor Crest. Maybe a different color version was in an advent calendar. It definitely was. So we have had the pram in a couple of sets, but I think getting the pram into this set, it's very sensible. Obviously, it was just there, so it just should be there in the set. You know, it's from the, you know, scenes. Next, we have our very first prequel diorama set with the 75380 Boonta Eve Podrace diorama. It's supposed to be $70 with 718 pieces, and it is supposed to represent the part of the pod race where Anakin and Sebulba are going into the canyon. So it should be like a pretty dynamic display and look really good. Obviously, it will be done in micro scale. I say obviously, I mean, it's not rumored to have any figures or anything. Either way, I have high hopes for that set. Now we have another episode 1 anniversary set with the 75381 Droideka. It was originally rumored to be $60 with 583 pieces, but I believe has now been changed to $65. It is supposed to be an 18 plus set, by the way, unlike the R2D2, which was like a regular box art set. This one's going to be getting the black box art. Not really going to change the product that we'll see inside, but just of note. We'll also be getting one of those printed display cards with all the info that you could want there. And finally, somewhat surprisingly, because the Probe Droid did not include a miniature version of the Probe Droid, this one is supposed to include a miniature minifigure scale Droideka alongside the larger Droideka. So I'm very excited for that. I think that's something I'm really, I just hope it's not bad. Like, they've done some bad Droidekas in recent years. I think it's been a while since they've had a really, really good Droideka, and I'm really hoping that a new redesign with some of the newer modern parts will be better, because it's just been a while since I feel like there's been a good Droideka out there. Now, for the May 4th UCS set this year, we've known this for many months at this point. The 75382 UCS TIE Interceptor is going to be coming out, $240, 1,931 pieces, and I believe it's rumored to only have one figure with the TIE Pilot. Like, I assume it'll be similar to the UCS TIE Fighter in 2015, where it's just a TIE Pilot with nice arm printing. Like, what more could you want out of it? Like, just the best version of that figure that you can get in a UCS set is how it should be, and frankly, it's probably how it's going to be. I know originally kind of my theory was that this would include Moff Gideon, but we know Moff Gideon's coming in another set anyway at $40 in June, so I don't think that Moff Gideon's going to be included in this set. It seems like this will just be a tried and true, like, original trilogy UCS TIE Fighter, and that makes a lot more sense when you consider that last year they came out with a UCS X-Wing, and if you know the history of LEGO Star Wars, the original two UCS sets were an X-Wing and a TIE Interceptor, so I think that has somewhat played into the decision to do an X-Wing and a TIE Interceptor back-to-back like this for 2023, 2024. So I don't expect anything crazy minifigure-wise here, unlike some of my earlier theories, but I do expect it to just be a really, really good, solid UCS set. The final set releasing on May 1st is going to be the 75383 Sith Infiltrator for $70 with 640 pieces. Now, LEGO's put out kind of like a half silhouette image of the Sith Infiltrator on their site, where we get a nice sneak preview of some of what we're going to be getting in the set, and you can see the Sith Infiltrator. I don't know, it's a silhouette. Like, I can say it looks nice, I can say it doesn't look nice. It doesn't really matter until we can actually see it with the, you know, colors, the sticker detail or printed detail, and all of the little contouring that is actually in full detail, you know, in any image that's not completely silhouetted out. So we need something a little bit more than this, but it is a very cool preview that they have afforded us. They usually don't do stuff like this, so I really appreciated it from that aspect. Now, we also get a quick glance at a couple of the included figures with the young Anakin Skywalker and the Qui-Gon Jinn, and quite surprisingly, Qui-Gon Jinn is going to include a physical poncho, not pauldron, so it's very nice to get that. Somewhat unexpected, like, it shouldn't be, but we're in an era of LEGO Star Wars where they are, you know, reducing some of what, you know, they're giving some of these figures as far as the quality and accuracy goes, and it would not have shocked me for them to have taken away the pauldron from Qui-Gon. Obviously, no one wants that, although some people would still defend it. They are going to be giving Qui-Gon his pauldron, which is a fantastic, good thing. 2 thumbs up for me. There are supposed to be 2 other figures in the set, maybe 3 actually. Obviously, we're gonna have Darth Maul as a third figure there, and then we're also apparently supposed to have a Padme, so that should be 4 Episode 1 figures, and then there's supposed to be a 25th anniversary figure, so that makes 5 minifigs total in this set at $70, and that is supposed to be a Saw Gerrera 25th anniversary edition. So the figure will be a normal figure, as he would have been in any other set if released normally, just given out in this set just because it's the 25th anniversary. So I think that's a really cool figure to have here. I'm very excited to finally get a LEGO Star Wars Saw Gerrera 8 years behind where it should have been. Like, Saw Gerrera should have been in the Rogue One set. It's crazy to me that they've taken this long to get to him, but hey, better late than never with this guy, and as long as it's done well, you know, I think we'll all be pretty happy. So that is everything releasing for LEGO Star Wars on May 1st of 2024. It is the biggest May 1st release, I think, ever, and it's really cool that quite a bit of it is obviously going to be Episode 1 themed. It's our first prequel LEGO Star Wars May 4th promo since, I think the last one was 2012 with so our Silver TC-14 here from 2012, the very last prequel May 4th promo. That's actually insane. So this was also the year that they re-released Episode 1 in theaters in 3D. Like, that's kind of why this existed, I think. So it's pretty absurd, like, how long it's been. Like that's insane. Like, obviously they had like new movies that came out and there were things to do with that. But man, it like is absurd that it's been this long. So kind of exciting. Just a lot of prequel stuff coming out this wave here alongside that UCS TIE Interceptor, which should be fantastic. Overall, it's looking like a really good May 1st release wave, bar a couple little things here and there. But yeah, I'm pretty dang excited. I think we're going to get a lot of good set reviews out of these. So if you guys want to see those when they come out, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications. Let me know what you think about this May 1st launch wave down in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed, hit the like button. Unless I already said that, which if you hit it again, then it will take your like away. So don't do that.